everybody, Crafting Journey here, that Journey Chick on Instagram. How are you today? Welcome to another edition of Crafting and Crime Daily, episode 319. Woo-hoo. I need you to stop counting. So, don't forget today, as you're on your way in or out of the show, don't forget to hit the like button. First of all, when you hit it, it lights up, swish, all these pretty colors. I don't know why YouTube did that, but I think it's pretty cool. In fact, when I'm watching a video, I look forward to hitting the like button so I can see the thing go whoosh. Anyway, the like button is tasked with driving me to the pharmacy today. We'll see how that works out. And if you enjoy my shows, please consider subscribing and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you do not miss a single episode, because I don't have a set time when this gets recorded or goes live. It just depends on what time I get out of bed. Because right now I'm not working. I'm on short-term disability while I'm healing from my knee surgery. I think I'm going to go back to work in the next, maybe another week or so. Yay! So today is exciting because I'm going to tell you the secret to reducing stress in your life and building up your immune system. I've found it. I have found the secret and I cannot wait to tell you about it. But first, let me tell you about my artwork. So last night I was playing with the watercolors. So ignore the rest of the stuff on this page. I was trying to do strawberries. And the rest of the stuff on this page is I'm trying to work on muscle memory, with my brushes and strokes. But I was trying strawberries a couple of different ways. Now, I'm going to call this Strawberry A, and I'm calling this one Strawberry B. Now, I don't like either one of them. Which one do you like? Which one would you grab? Say, oh, I would like to have that. Although, my goal is not realism. It's just, to have fun. So, strawberries. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, then I decided I'm going to practice making leaves. Now, the first few attempts, like I said, were muscle memory exercises. So, this is what you got. Circles. And I was trying different brushes and different techniques, and then I decided to try some leaves. Different kinds of leaves. Look how cute. I know. Lots of glare today. Every day. Ooh, 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 ooh. Here. Lots of glare. But yes, some different leaves. So that's kind of cool. Then I was playing around, and I decided I would do this. And this is all in the sparkly, the glitter paint. It's not anything specific, but it just looks cool. It might look cooler this way. Look at all those pretty colors. Now this might be one where I would just rip it up and use it as like gift tags and stuff, because it's just got some cool color vibes going on there. Or is it this way? Or is it this way? Doesn't matter, because I was playing. Now, don't laugh at this last one, because this was when the Percocet kicked in late at night. I decided I am going to paint something funky, and I did. Ready? You see what's happening here? You see those eyes? Ready? No glare there. Do you recognize this? If you recognize this, God bless you. I was having fun with it. His teeth, he looks like he needs dentures, doesn't he? Poor thing. And my sister's like, you can't see his belly. I'm like, that's because he's on a log. He's on a tree. So I had to put the tree in, because first I didn't have the tree. So now we have the tree there, and I think it looks kind of cool. Anyway, just having fun. Yes, it's the Cheshire Cat. And I was trying to copy the version of the Cheshire Cat that I diamond painted. Who was the artist on that? It was a Treasure Studios Arts painting. The artist left. He went over to Diamond Art Club. Yeah. Anyway. No, it's not. So that's my watercolor for the week. Well, for yesterday. I'll go back to it because I just love it. Yes, I'm holding out on you the secret to an immune system and de-stressing. I'm going to work on this diamond painting that my daughter got me while I chit-chat today. Because the trial, the Catherine Magbanawa trial, finally started. Oh, I need a diamond painting pen. Luckily, I have some here. I got these two from Poshy Pens. These two here. This one has an Easter bear in it. I don't know if you can see it. Like one of those marshmallow bunnies. It's inside. And then the top part is wood. Bottom part is the acrylic. This one is acrylic and wood mix. Oh, it's so pretty. Anyway. But I had to stay off her site because like I was bidding on stuff. And I'm like, luckily I wasn't winning because I'd be broke. All right, I just have like one little section of this color and then I'm done with it. All right, I will tell you. Today is National, what is it? No Dirty Dishes Day. Yes. Now, why is that? Who thought of that? I have no idea. Why did they think of that? Have no idea. But today's the day that we need to go an entire day with no dirty dishes. For one thing, if you leave dirty dishes in the sink, you are leaving tons of bacteria and germs just sitting there festering in the sink. Now, if you decide you want to hand wash them, yes, your mind, just your hands being in that dishwater, running it, the water running over your hands as you're washing the dish reduces stress and improves your immune system. Your mind kind of goes to another place. Put some music on and you're washing. Just don't leave any dirty dishes around today. There's a couple of ways you can do that one. The most severe way is you can just fast. Just don't eat anything today. Then you won't have any dirty dishes. The second way is to use paper plates. We do that a lot around here because neither one of us enjoy washing dishes. And then the third thing is just wash everything as you use it. If you use it, just wash it. Now, people will, my grandkids, they're like, but Grandma, there's no more room in the dishwasher. Well, you can wash it by hand. And, what? Yeah, you know you can wash dishes by hand. No, you're supposed to put it in the dishwasher. Okay, well, if the dishwasher's full, why don't we run it and maybe we can empty it? It's not my turn. Well, whose turn is it? Oh, God, the memories I have of those children. Them looking at me going, like I had 3 heads when I told them to wash some dishes. Wash dishes? No. Anyway. Today's generation. They have to have a dishwasher. I mean, I grew up in a time where we didn't have dishwashers. Yes, they were not in every single home. Especially if you were like me and you were raised in the Army, and we just go from Army base to Army base. Not all the housing had, dishwashers. Now it's like, what? There's no dishwasher? And no, we have to have a dishwasher. So even this house, which was built in the 1950s, when I decided to rent it, it had a dishwasher. I'm like, okay, we have a dishwasher. Okay. So yeah, that's how you reduce your stress and lower your immune system. Washing the dishes. And then you're lowering the germs. Now, my sister will say, but you never wipe down the counter. That's where all the germs are. She's right. And what I've done is I started I've been putting antibacterial wipes in the kitchen. And when I get a chance, I wipe things down with those too. It's just kind of to reduce the bacteria that's going on in the kitchen. Yep. So today, in Crafting and Crime Daily, I woke up, laid in bed, and listened to the opening arguments in the Catherine Magbanawa trial. And it was nice because I got to visit with some of my, long crime chat buddies, that we've become friends, and they've been following the Amber Heard, Johnny Depp thing, and they're a little over it. Yeah. So, to my surprise, the prosecutor that did the openings last time, she did not do the openings this time. She let her, there's always a second chair. She let the second chair do the openings. And I thought, what? She think this is like to my mind, I'm sure the jury's not thinking this. The jury probably has no idea that this other attorney wasn't even there for the first trial. She's probably an intern or somebody brand new to the department, and this case is new for her. But I'm thinking, does she think this is like a throwaway trial? Just practice for the next one coming up? And yep, there's going to be another trial. I found out this morning that they have charged Charlie Adelson. He was finally indicted for, I don't know, let's look it up. Yeah, in April of 2022, Charlie Adelson was ordered to be held without bond on murder charges in the Dan Markel case. Yay, finally. This was a long time coming. Oh my God, I got to put a picture up here for you to see him. He is a hot mess. Now, this is a professional periodontist. If this man came in at me looking like that, I'd be like, no, I'll wait for the next periodontist. No, thank you. He's the former brother-in-law of Dan Markel. He was transported from South Florida to Tallahassee to face charges in the murder of the Florida State University law professor. He's a 45-year-old dentist from Fort Lauderdale. He was booked into the Leon County Detention Facility on Monday of charges of first-degree murder, conspiracy to commit first-degree murder, and solicitation to commit first-degree murder. Adelson appeared Tuesday wearing a white and orange jumpsuit via video conference before Leon County Judge Augustin D. Akins Jr., who ordered to be held without bond and no contact with any co-defendants. Oh, here's another lovely picture of him. Here, I'll put that in here. So this has been a very, very long time coming. His attorney, Margaret Moss, said she would be filing a motion to hold an evidentiary hearing in the hopes Adelson would receive a bond. He will be moving for a bond shortly. Charlie deserves a bond. He's known about this investigation for a long, long time and has never fled. Adelson's attorneys Moss and David Oscar Marcus said in a statement to the Tallahassee Democrat, he's no danger to anyone, and the so-called new evidence actually exonerates Charlie. Putting aside all the noise, he should get a bond. Charging documents, which would lay out the evidence which led to his arrest, have not yet been made public. Prosecutors are saying Adelson paid 2 hitmen to travel from South Florida to Tallahassee in 2014 to kill Markel. So, okay, so back to Catherine Magbanua. So, now we finally get the Adelson family charged. Somebody in the Adelson family, which is really where the blame falls, I think. This poor Catherine Magbanua, she's been sitting in jail for 6 years. This crime occurred 8 years ago, 2014. She gets arrested in 2016. So I started to tell you, the lead prosecutor, she doesn't do the opening. She leaves it to the second chair, who does it. She does a decent job. Her voice, she was very monotone. I thought, kind of one note, like put me to sleep one note. But because I'm so familiar with the facts of the case, I didn't disagree with much of what she said. I thought she left out a lot because, she's just trying to give them an overview of what the evidence is going to show that's favorable for their case against this woman. Then the defense attorney gets up, and she is just, what's her name? I gotta give you her name. I can't find this woman's name. She has two defense attorney, a man and a woman. The man's name is Chris. I don't know what the woman's name is, but she's this short Hispanic woman, just this little spitfire. She comes out at the first trial, she's got her hair in this severe bun, and she's got this severe suit on, tight suit, and she comes up and she's like pointing at the jury. Yeah. A very interesting tactic, she's not guilty, but this time, very different opening. She was less severe in her dress. She had her long hair down. She was trying to clearly identify with the jury. She's like, now first I want to make sure that everybody has your notepads, because the devil is in the details here. Catherine McManaman's involvement you're going to find in the minute details. It's not going to be obvious to you. You're going to have to really listen. There's going to be a lot of evidence. And she's right. And she says, on the surface, it looks pretty bad for my client. And then she goes into, she starts her opening. And I thought it was a pretty good opening, pretty convincing to me, that her client didn't have anything to do with it. So apparently between the last trial and this trial, what's different? What's changed? So the last trial, Catherine McManaman was tried with her co-defendant, Sigfredo Garcia, which is also her ex-boyfriend, the father of her children. So they were tried together. That's for judicial economy reasons, same evidence, same, witnesses, and so they don't have to do the whole thing twice, which they ended up doing the whole thing twice anyway. So they decide so during that trial, he elects to protect his Fifth Amendment rights not to testify. And he did not testify. Sigfredo did not testify on his own behalf. There was testimony by Luis Garcia, the other gentleman. He and this other gentleman drove to Tallahassee, and they were the hitmen. So Luis Garcia testified against Catherine and Sigfredo. So what's changed now? Sigfredo's been convicted. He's sitting in jail. He apparently is going to testify on behalf of the mother of his children. And it seems like maybe even, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. I don't know if he's worked out deals or what. But now this whole story is evolving of what actually occurred, like how he actually got hired by Charlie Adelson. And what that story is going to do is leave out Catherine McManaman. The testimony is going to be that, or the evidence is going to show that Charlie Adelson contacted Sigfredo Garcia directly. He was dating Catherine, so he knew who Sigfredo was, the mother of the children of the woman he's dating. So he knew who this guy was. He knew that he was a gangsta. He knew that he had connections and lived in this nefarious lifestyle. So apparently they go out to dinner one night. Charlie and Catherine, they go out for dinner one night, and Sigfredo's going to testify that he had been stalking them. So he's stalking them that night, and after Charlie leaves the restaurant, he follows Charlie. So Charlie, they stop in the middle of the road and have this confrontation, and Charlie's supposedly this is what the evidence is going to show, guys. The evidence is going to show that Charlie gets out of the car and says, "Listen, I'll break up with your girlfriend, your ex-wife, or your mother of your child. I'll break up with her. I'll give you $100,000. I'll break up with her if you do this for me." What? Okay. I'm a little flabbergasted because this is a new twist. So now what's going to happen? Now the jury is going to have to weigh the credibility of whoever this comes from, probably Sigfredo Garcia. He's going to have to weigh the credibility of that. Or is this man just trying to protect the mother of his children? I don't know. This is going to be a really interesting trial. But I can't wait for the Charlie Adelson trial, unless he takes a plea. I don't know. But he's in big trouble because he really is the ringleader of this whole thing. The only question is, did Charlie go through Catherine to get to Sigfredo and Louis, or did he get to them directly and she has nothing to do with it? So the defense attorney said, please listen to the evidence very carefully, and you'll see that Catherine knew nothing about this plan, professes, all along the way, all the phone calls, that she knows nothing about this. This is going to be an interesting one. Okay, what's this day in history? 1980, Mount St. Helens erupts. And I haven't laid down any diamonds. Well, I did. I finished the yellow ones. So, you know what I did not kit this thing up. And kitting up, guys, in diamond painting, when you say the word kitting up, it means you've taken the diamonds that you got and you put them into little storage containers and you label them with the DMC number or the symbol or however you arrange your diamonds before you put them on the canvas. But because you can't work out these bags. These are just like little, yeah. So because this is such a small painting, rather than kit it up, I've just been doing one color at a time. That way I don't need a storage container. And when I'm done, I just throw them out. And what if I forgot, if I find, this is number one. If I find the symbol number one somewhere else that I forgot, I've got plenty of extra drills. I'll just go find something that matches. But I'm not going to save these because there's a lot of trash in these cheap paintings. Especially with this crystal, because what it is, it's like this acrylic diamond over a silver back. It has a silver background coating, and some of that coating will wear off, and so you don't get the reflectiveness of the crystal. So when you put it down on the canvas, you can see that that silver has worn off, and you just have to trash that drill. I know, I've gone on a rant. Let's talk about Mount St. Helens. So I'm going to kind of summarize this, read this to you, because it's ridiculous. So here's a picture of this volcano mountain before it erupts in 1980, and then there's another picture after it erupts. It's like nothing but like this flat horseshoe. Now, it had been erupting kind of slowly up until this point, these small eruptions, and people were being warned. They were like, yeah, the big one's coming. It's coming, get out, evacuate. They started evacuating people. Thank God. Because on the morning of May 18th, they have a 5.0 earthquake, which destroys half of that mountain. Is like ice and rock, and so like half that mountain just starts coming down because of that earthquake. So you've got all that rock and ice coming down, and then the earthquake caused Mount St. Helens to erupt. All this lava erupts, covers up all the ice, covers up lakes that are like over 100 feet deep, just fills in the lakes, fills in the rivers. It kills 53 people, injures many more. It's just a horrible, horrible thing. Acres and acres and acres of trees within a 12-mile radius of this place. Just destroyed. So Mount St. Helens is located in the Cascade Range and it stood, it doesn't anymore, 9,680 feet before its eruption. The volcano has erupted periodically during the last 4,500 years, never to the magnitude that it did on this day in history. And the last active period was between 1831 and 1857. On March 20th, 1980, noticeable volcanic activity began with a series of earth tremors centered on the ground just beneath the north flank of the mountain. These earthquakes escalated, and on March 27th, a minor eruption occurred, and Mount St. Helens began emitting steam and ash from its crater. and vents. Ooh. Small eruptions continued daily, and in April, people familiar with the mountain noticed changes to the structure of its north face. A scientific study confirmed that a bulge more than a mile in diameter was moving upward and outward over the high north slope by as much as 6 feet per day. The bulge was caused by an intrusion of magma below the surface. This is not good news. Authorities began evacuating hundreds of people from the sparsely settled area near the mountain, and few people refused. There was some people that refused to leave. And then on the morning of May 18th, Mount St. Helens was shaken by an earthquake, and the entire north side of the summit began to slide down the mountain. The giant landslide of rock and ice, one of the largest recorded in history, was followed by and overtaken by an enormous explosion of steam and volcanic gases, which surged northward along the ground at high speed. The lateral blast stripped trees from most hill slopes within 6 miles of the volcano and leveled nearly all vegetation, like I said, within 12 miles away. Approximately 10 million trees were destroyed. The landslide debris, liquefied by the violent explosion, surged down the mountain at speeds in excess of 100 miles per hour. Wow, you can't even outrun this thing. The avalanche flooded Spirit Lake and roared down the valley of the Tote River for a distance of 13 miles, burying the river to an average depth of 150 feet. Mud flows, pyroclastic flows, and floods added to the destruction, destroying roads, bridges, parks, and thousands more acres of forest. Oh my word, this was horrible. So it has been active since then. We've had some minor explosions, and at this point, Congress has declared that Mount St. Helens is just a research area. You're not allowed to live there anymore. It's not safe. So that's the show for today. So we had the opening statements of the trial. I can't wait to hear the evidence. We're going to hear some of the evidence that came in the first trial, because we got to hear about the murder and all that stuff and how they were caught. But it's going to be days before we get into the minutia of the evidence against Catherine Magbanua that we're going to have to sit through. But that's okay. I'm going to summarize it for you each day. So, guys, have a wonderful Wednesday. I will be here this evening live at 6 p.m. Central. Craft with me Wednesday. I don't know what I'm going to be doing, but we'll see. Take care, everybody. Love you. Bye.